Hey everyone! Welcome back to some more Let's Play Quest for Glory 4 with me, your host Tim. Holy man, it's been like 3 days since last recorded. Today is October 1st, 2017. Alright, when we left off, we had visited... Well, we did a little bit of exploring out in the swamp. We discovered the Rizolka, who was very interested in drowning us, but we scared her away. We got into the guild hall, where we learned there's nothing really in there, but we read a few books, improved a few of our skills, and... What else do we do? Again, exercising. Yeah, that's going to be a point of interest, I suppose. And now we're talking to Dr. Cranium, who mentioned a rehydration solution. I have given him the code for the rehydration solution. He has thanked us, and he has asked for some goo to help him with his experiments. So we will need to go and pick some of that up. Let's talk to him one more time, because we can actually ask him about rehydration, and then we'll get going for that goo.
Dr. Cranium's rehydration solution should be a shoo-in for the alchemical innovation of the animal ward. It contains the prime essence of the element of water in a perfectly condensed form.
Okay, well, thank you, Doctor, for your time, and I will see you tomorrow, and I will have your goo for you, Doctor.
You say goodbye.
Be sure to let me know of any scientific discoveries you should make here in Mordavia.
Will do. Alright, let's go and get that goo.
Rehydration may prove to be a crucial step on the way to an even more important discovery: instant water.
Wow, that actually could be a really useful scientific discovery if you're able to make water out of nothing. Wow, yeah, that would help droughts everywhere, wouldn't it? Well, assuming the water is pure, you can drink it or what have you. Alright, so I think we're done in town, aren't we? No, I wanted to stop by the Burgomeisters and actually talk to him in person in his place. So let's do that.
Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long.
Good morning, Dimitri.
What is it you want?
Just passing through. Let's go inside and actually see what his place is like. We're allowed to walk inside and talk to him.
What is it this time?
He sounds a little silent about the music a tiny bit. Alright. Hello, Dimitri. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
What do you want from me this time?
Sounds a little more happy to see us. Let's talk to him. Dimitri, how are you doing today?
Why are you always so curious about things? Don't you understand? Most things are none of your business. Never have I met someone who asks as many questions as you do.
You know, that's a fair response, Dimitri. I am kind of nosy. It comes with the territory of the job, I suppose. We're kind of like a psychiatrist / problem solver. I just assume everyone's got problems and I'm here to solve them. Tell me more about that Adventurers Guild. It looks like it was shut down. When was the last adventurer even here?
The problem with adventurers' guilds is that they attract adventurers. Adventurers tend to stir up trouble. I hope you will not cause trouble around here.
I have no intention of doing that, Dimitri. I'm here to solve problems, not create them. Tell me more about the lands of Mordavia. Is there anything that I should see while I'm here?
More sightseeing? Well, there was a lovely lake to the southwest of town that used to be very popular among young people, but I do not know what it's like now. To the east is the town cemetery. It is a morbid thing to visit, but tourists always wanted to see it when tourists were able to come here. To the southeast is Irana's garden. It is an enchanted meadow well worth visiting. However, Mordavia has become a very dangerous place since the swamps were formed. Do not ever travel at night. If you are far from town when it gets dark, try to make it to Irana's garden. It's the only place where you will be safe. I do not really want anything to happen to you. Be careful.
Aw, thanks, Dimitri. You mentioned Irana. I see that's her staff in town. She hailed from this area, is that correct?
Irana was a powerful magic user who was rumored to have come from somewhere near Mordavia. Her garden is supposed to be magical and keep anyone who stays there safe from harm. Irana died here many years ago. Her staff in the center of town stands as her memorial. It is supposed to protect the town from evil and to have other magic besides.
How did she die?
It is bad luck to speak of her death. If you must know, she died in that cave you say you came from. I am not a superstitious man, but I will not talk more about the subject.
Fair enough. Thank you, Dimitri, very much. Let's look around really quick while we're here.
You are in the Burgomeister's sparsely appointed office. There is a jail cell in the back. A set of steps leads up to the Burgomeister's living area.
Oh, apparently he likes ranged weapons, or fighting at a distance if these are what he fights with.
The Burgomeister was very fond of wild boar hunting in his youth. He still keeps a rack of spears in case any wild boars should wander into his office.
Isn't he the police officer? Doesn't that make... no, don't. Alright, guess he has a shield and axe? I guess this is what he fights with?
A magnificent shield, flanked by 2 great axes, is the office's sole decoration. The desk is a massive oak affair. The Burgomeister's chair is large and impressive.
Well, take care, Dimitri.
No one...
Let's tell about ourselves. I think we maybe tell him about some of what we're doing around here.
We tell the Burgomeister what you're trying to do in Mordavia.
You are a good talker, I'll grant you that. If you do half the things they say you will do, then I'll be very surprised.
Alright, take care, Dimitri.
Be careful out in the forest. It can be very dangerous there.
Oh wow, someone who's actually a little friendly to us. Thank you, Dimitri. Take care.
Try to avoid getting into trouble. I would not like to have you in my jail, after all.
Okay, what time is it? Almost midday. Well, no, I'm sorry, almost mid-morning. Okay, so we learned about Irana's garden. We will definitely want to visit that location. It's also kind of on the way to the Grugu. So why not? We'll visit the garden first, and then we'll head over to see if we can get some of that Grugu for Dr. Cranium. How many empty flasks do we have? 1. Okay, well, that should be fine. Right, so hello everyone. Yeah, I hope you guys are liking the series so far. It's pretty fun to play it. Today is the first cool day outside that I have had in a long time. It was 48 outside this morning, 48 degrees Fahrenheit, American. We use the wrong one, and the wrong metric system, I suppose. And it was only the high outside today is 64. It's beautiful. It's slightly breezy. It actually is cool. There's no humidity. Feels good to have fall finally here. Makes me in the mood to play a game like this as well and just wander around outside, just like our hero's currently doing. It's wonderful. Okay, I think north of here is the graveyard?
You are deep within the heart of the forest.
No, north, right, and then north again. I think south. And then to the right will lead us to Irana's garden. We haven't been in this spot, though, so we'll cast Detect Magic.
You are in the southern part of the forest. You sense no magic in this area.
Just a matter of habit, I like casting Detect Magic on each spot. I already know which locations obviously have magic or not in them, but why not? We might as well just pretend. What else is around this area?
You are in the southern part of the forest. Through the dense trees to the northeast, you can catch just a glimpse of a small pond and a beautiful garden.
Oh, we're getting close to Irana's garden.
You sense no magic in this area.
I wonder if how many other lands she went to add these magical places of refuge to them. I'm glad she added them, especially in all these locations we've been in. Spielberg and Mordavia are very dangerous to walk around. Having some place you can definitely get to for safety was really nice of her.
You are in the forest somewhere southeast of the town. To the north, you can see a beautiful garden and a gently flowing stream.
Hello, Hunting Hawk. Don't forget to screech on your way out of here.
Nothing happens.
Oh, wow. My detect magic didn't detect anything here. How about that? I want to point out something, everyone. There's nothing here to my knowledge, but if you see this mound of earth, this right here has always looked like a girl's head to me, or a face. Do you see it? The one eye right there. There's a second eye. There's her open mouth and a little nose. It's not.
It's too much effort to bother the bush.
It,
Would you believe you're bushed?
ha! I think they planted it there on purpose. But there's not. It looks like a corpse, half buried in the ground there. But no, it's just a graphic thing. Always kind of creeped me out when I was younger, though.
You have come to a beautiful garden deep within the forest. A stream flows gently in a loop around the central island. Feelings of peace and harmony permeate the area.
Hello, Irana's garden. I will lower the music a tad here. Get the sexy saxophone going. Let's look around.
You have come to a beautiful garden deep within the forest. A stream flows gently in a loop around the central island. Feelings of peace and harmony permeate the area.
There must be some magic in effect, I suppose, which keeps the water pure as well. Let's cast detect magic.
A soft, magical aura permeates the entire garden. Strong magic emanates from the fruit tree and the center of the pool in the stream. The lanterns are also magical.
That's more like it. That's what makes detect magic doing. It will show everything that's magical that you can interact with as a mage. Why don't we cast Trigger? Okay, cool. So we can put the lanterns on and off. What happened here?
Someone has dug a large hole there, perhaps removing a bush or a small tree.
Oh, the doctor. Dr. Cranium was here and dug something up, I suppose, and did some experiments on it.
The fruit tree is laden with luscious-looking fruits of many kinds. It must be one of the rare mixed fruit trees.
Let's go grab us a fruit, shall we? Last time we grabbed fruit from one of Irana's trees was back in Spielberg, and that fruit allowed us to not ever have to eat for the entire day.
As you approach the tree, the fruit vanishes. Must be that low-calorie kind.
Okay, so we can't actually pluck the fruit from the tree. We're a mage, so we have to be able to get it a different way. I don't think the fruit comes back. Let's while we're here, let's put some flowers.
You pick a few of the beautiful flowers.
Why not? It's nice to have flowers on us. Girls like flowers, at least in this game. Let's leave and come back and see if the fruit's back on the tree. That music, I guess that'll be fine. All right, let's see if the fruit came back. I don't think it does, though. Oh, it does. All right, perfect. All right, well, let's grab us a piece of fruit, then.
Your magical lasso floats towards the tree and plucks a single ripe fruit from its branches.
Just like the potions in this game, you can get one of these fruits per day. It restores, I want to say, a third or a fourth of your total mana. Mana fruit. This unusual looking fruit came from the tree in Irana's garden. You sense a tingling sensation from the magical energy stored within it. Yep, eat it and we restore some of our mana. There are no mana pills in this game. Now there was one more thing here, wasn't there, when we casted our detect magic? Let's see what that was again.
A soft...
See it glowing in the river? Slightly to the side of us? What is in here, do you think? Let's look at that.
A magical fountain has sprung up from the water. At the top is a huge tulip, its flower tightly closed.
Well, we're a mage. We know how to do this. Oh, that looks like a scroll. Let's fetch it.
You capture the scroll with your Fetch spell. As you read the scroll, knowledge of how to cast a protection spell enters your mind. Then the scroll vanishes. Protection is a sort of magical shield which will help guard you from physical attacks.
It basically grants us extra armor as a mage and reduces the damage that we take. There's one more thing here, by the way. We should check the fountains.
You discover 30 crowns hidden there. You accept it as a gift from Irana.
Thank you, Irana, very much. I'm assuming she left it there for someone to find. Alright, let's leave the fountain. We'll want to come here every day to grab a magic fruit at the very least. Ah, that was really, really awesome of her. It occurs to me that we're like the only mage, I guess, who's ever visited that location, or who has the spells required to gain something like protection. It also costs 7 magic points, and I'll be working on this spell next. Our fetch can probably stay at 330 for a little bit. Protection's really useful. It doesn't quite work the same way as Zap, in so much that Zap remains on us until we're in combat. Protection will work very similarly to Reversal, in that we cast it, and then it will begin to fade away. It's on a timer. The longer that the higher the rank of the spell, the longer the protection lasts. I do not know if the higher the rank of the spell, the greater the amount of protection it grants us. We should also save the game. We've done a bit here. Yeah, we're the only mage, I guess, who has been around to all the Irana's gardens in order to claim the spells there, right? Back in Spielberg, we gained Calm in a similar fashion. We opened up a rock there, which was guarding a hole in the ground, and we took the scroll from it, which then crumbles to dust after we read it, or the spell fades from the scroll. So, yeah, and this one as well. Now, the river or stream will still be magical in that spot, but there will be no more new scroll on the tulip. Unless there's some sort of enchantment, perhaps, for other would-be mages, or up-and-coming mages, in order to make the same thing happen. Maybe the tulip's magical is able to produce one of those scrolls every so often. If I'm thinking about that, though, can you imagine that in, like, World of Warcraft or something? People would farm the tulip and then sell it at the auction house. Ah, capitalism. Glorious. Okay, we're heading south to the swamp. We want the Gru-Gu. Oh, while we're here, why don't we also get the bonsai bush we saw? I think the doctor planted it in the Gru-Gu, as nasty as that is. So we'll go and rescue it and replant it into Irana's garden today. Seems like a very noble thing to do. You know, gotta help the plants as well as the people. No reason for it to suffer. I'm surprised it's not dead. Hello, awesome swamp. Where's my music? There we go. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Ugh. Whenever I go hiking in the swamps near my house, I always wonder what would happen if I saw like dead arms come out. I should just probably run stark terror. Zombie apocalypse happening. All right, let's grab the Gru-Gu while we're here before I forget.
You slowly fill your flask with the greasy, grimy goo.
Next, let's
A delicately crafted
let's grab this bonsai bush. It's currently sealed behind this. So let's blast apart the rocks there.
that loosened up the rock pile somewhat. You didn't hit it with enough force to completely clear the pile.
Again.
You blast the rock pile with a force bolt.
Let's take that bonsai bush.
Your magical lasso encircles the bonsai bush and gently draws it out of the grimy goo. Carefully clean the plant, then put it away.
Oh, we got some points for this as well. What does this do? Bonsai bush. This bush was obviously carefully and lovingly cared for until someone relocated it to the goo. It looks delicate and strong at the same time. Thank goodness it grew up in Irana's garden, or it would probably be dead. I used to have some bonsai bushes. I've always killed them. I also had some lucky bamboo. That was incredible. Holy crap, that thing can grow fast in the little container it had. I gave the bamboo away to a neighbor when I moved out of a house, and unfortunately I don't know how to care for bonsai bushes. I've had 2 of them. I've killed both of them. I feel miserable because of it. I probably shouldn't say that out loud on the internet, but there you have it. Ah, poor bushes. Such a shame. I don't know if I'm ever overwatering or underwatering it. So, now I have fake plants throughout my house to make up for it. I can't kill them very easily. I'll probably still find a way to kill them. Hunting Hawk, good afternoon. How are you doing? Alright, so we're going back to Irana's garden, where we will plant the bush. And then we'll water the bush while we're here. Over there. Let's also save the game again, so we don't have to redo. Oh, nice. We got an automatic save. That's awesome. Probably because of the swamp. Probably saves us automatically there, because it's a spot where we can instantly die. And once we're done planting the bush, we'll see what time it is and see if we have time to explore anymore. We do have the area down here we haven't been in yet. We still have more to the east and to the north as well. Might as well take a look around at all this stuff. On the plan of tomorrow is to talk to the doctor, turn in the Gru, get the rehydration solution, and then I guess explore more of the forest, unless anything else needs to be done in town. Tonight, we're going to go ahead and... Okay. Tonight, we will go ahead and use the exercise machine some more.
You plant the bonsai in the hole and scrape some of the rich soil around it. In moments, the bush begins to grow and blossom before your eyes.
Oh, that is wonderful. Let's give it some water, too.
You water the bonsai bush.
Let's drink some of this water while we're here. Nothing like a refreshing...
You take a drink of the cool water. It tastes like wild strawberries.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's take some of the water.
You fill your flask to the top with fresh, sparkling water.
Now, the water here, to my knowledge, doesn't do anything special for you, I think. We'll test it out if we lose our stamina, but I don't think it does anything special. I think it's just flavored. It looks like water, smells like water, but it's actually water. Yeah, I don't think the water from Irana's garden does anything different than normal water from other streams does. Alright, well, let's head on south and see what's down here. We'll take a look at the time once we've done so. Okay, so what time is it in the day? Oh, holy crap, the sun's beginning to set. Okay, we kind of got to get back to town then soon. Let's look around.
You think you're in the southern or southeastern part of the forest. You can just make out a strange-looking wooden house on a tall cliff to the southeast.
Oh, interesting. There's some other stuff to explore out here. I don't think we'll have time to get there today, though.
You sense no magic in this area.
Well, we have one of our rations while we're here.
You're so full.
Oh, we're not hungry. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's explore the rest of this little area. I'm very surprised we haven't had a battle yet today.
You pick a few of the flowers.
Why not? Anything magical here?
You sense no magic in this area.
And where are we? Anything special?
You are deep in the southern part of the forest. You can just make out a strange-looking wooden house on a tall cliff to the southeast.
We'll try to get there maybe tomorrow if we're able to. What dead end?
You are at the far southern edge of the forest. There is a strange-looking wooden house on a tall cliff to the east, but you don't see any way to get there from here.
Any magic in this area?
You sense no magic in this area.
No, okay. Later on in the game, when we're able to survive at night, we will want to go to every single space in the forest to root out and defeat wraiths. Where we just came from, I think, is one of the more important wraiths to kill, thanks to the treasure it will be guarding.
You are somewhere in the forest far south of town. This area looks much like the rest of the woods, if perhaps a bit bushier.
Look at this bush. See those yellow orbs? Certainly look like eyes, don't they?
You sense no magic in this area. There's something strange about this bush. Maybe it's the eyes? Oh, forget it. It's probably just an ordinary, everyday bush with blood-red berries and tentacle-like branches.
That is an elderberry bush. It is very dangerous to get too close to it. It will lash out at you. I don't think it can chase you or anything of the sort. And we'll have to come here later for what it contains. It's some of the berries it has. But right now we don't need it, so it can stay here. Oh, battle! A bunny! Alright, let's try to practice a few of our spells. Quickly do this as much as we can. Yep, this is how we do it. I'm gonna improve our spell casting. Go, 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 go. Alright, here we go. Do it, bunny. Do it. Gotcha once. Oh, good for you. Poor bunny. But this doesn't really have a chance against me. I think, again, the bunny was meant as a joke thing for you to fight. It is very easy to kill, and I guess you can work on your spells, obviously.
Your weapon is now magically charged.
I think I was casting Force Bolt a lot. Let's see. 282, 227. I think it was Force Bolt I was hitting over and over and over again. Okay, well, we improved our Force Bolt up to 287. I think it was like 250 before, right? Let's keep going. I'll take it. Buddy battles are easy way to improve our spells. No real danger from them whatsoever. I never had a problem fighting them with any of the classes. Well, to be fair, I only played a fighter and a mage in this. I never played a paladin or the thief. Oh, the fighter, you get different weapons, by the way. You can, I think a magical axe is something you end up with, and plus you have a shield to parry with. I don't think there's any difference, though. It's just a graphic thing for the shield, or whether we parry with our arm. And the paladin, you get your flaming sword. With the thief actually can throw daggers like Hadokens from Rue or what have you. He also has a move. He can leap into the air and do this weird spinning attack to gain distance over anything the enemy throws at them. And it might actually damage the enemy as well with it. It's pretty crazy looking. I have no idea how he manages to do it, but he manages to do it. What time is it? All right, we should probably... we'll be fine out here. Everyone, so as usual, I'm going to go ahead and do this off screen. I'll be back when I'm done practicing my protection spell. See you guys in a few seconds. Okay, everyone, that was a piece of cake. So casting something of protection is easy, because you can just do this really quick. I'll show you once. That's it. The game remembers the last spell you cast, and you're able to quickly just double-click the button upon entering this screen, and it will automatically reselect it. So it actually spares you a few seconds in trying to do so. So we just use all our mana. Our protection is now 148. Looks like we'll be practicing this for several days. Probably because I want this at least at 300. So I figured probably an entire week's worth of time working on protection. And that took almost no time at all. Let's go back up and we'll work out at the exercise machine. Oh, let's drink the water really quick as well. I don't think it restores our stamina, but let's double check this.
You drink some warm water.
Yep, nothing. It does absolutely nothing. All right, good to know, I suppose. All right, let's visit the guild, the Adventurers Guild, really quick. We'll work out, and then we could go back to our room if we have some time, drop some stuff off in the chest, get some dinner, and then get to bed. Igor? Hello? How are you?
The headstone carver stares at you and then goes back to work.
Igor, just so you're aware, Dr. Cranium is mentioning that he needs some fluid.
You tell the gravedigger that Dr. Cranium has asked Igor to bring him some fluid.
Doctor asked Igor do strange things like dig up bodies. Igor bury bodies and Doctor make Igor dig them up again. Sometimes Doctor make Igor crazy.
Take care, Igor.
He looks at you and then goes back to work.
I wonder if the townsfolk realize he's
Your protection spell has worn off.
digging up the bodies. Oh, I forgot to cast protection spell. We were fighting the bunny, didn't I? Oh well. All right, let's do this.
There's only a certain amount of punishment your body can stand on any given day. Enough pain, enough gain for now. Try again tomorrow.
Okay, so the next time we interact with this, we'll need to put some weights into the pails. Actually, we can do that now, I think.
You consider placing a few more weights in the baskets, but think better of it. You've done enough stepping for today.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't let us prep it for tomorrow. Our hero's just like, ugh, I'm so tired I don't even think about moving those to the pails. I think this was a way for the game to limit the amount that you could do in a single day. It reminds me a bit of, like, what was it? World of Warcraft recently had, like, back when I replayed it at the beginning of the year or something like that when the latest expansion came out. There was all sorts of stuff you could do, but they had like real life timers. Like you had to wait 3 real days, and so this is a way to make it feel like you're spending more time in the game. I don't mind it so much because you can let time pass by really quickly in the game if you so wish. And it does have a good theme that if you're improving over time. This way you wouldn't be able to just rapidly improve all your stats the same day immediately. Alright, we're just gonna go right up to the room. We'll put some stuff in the chest. And then we'll rest for a tiny bit.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
Okay, so let's see. What do we have? Anything extra here? Oh, I forgot we put extra rations in there. What are we putting into this chest? We don't really need to put anything in it, I guess. We could put a flask of water, but I don't see how we would. I'm gonna water the plant tomorrow morning, and then we can go get some more Grugu as well. Can we put the torch in here? I don't think we can.
Your magical torch might set the room on fire. It's really only safe when you're carrying it.
Oh, wow! Okay, so I guess we keep that in our pack all the time. I didn't realize we can't put that in the chest. I guess we can put some extra flowers in.
You put it in the chest.
It's not like they're hard to get, though. Oh, we only had 1 thing of flowers? I thought we picked up 2 things of flowers. Okay. Alright, well, whatever. We'll leave them there. Alright, so let's rest for an hour until it gets to sunset.
After some rest, you feel better.
Okay, cool. Alright, so now what are we doing? Downstairs, you might as well get something to eat. Comes with the comes with our weekly payment. Oh, look what's downstairs. We have looks like a jester down here.
Have a seat. Wait, no, better leave the seats here. But why don't you sit down on one? This show can't get on the road until you get off your load. So sit a while and enjoy yourself. Or maybe just sit.
Hello, Mr. Gnome.
Thank you, thank you. I always like to meet a receptive audience. It's always good to see you. It means you're not behind my back.
Alright, let's sit down and I guess watch the show. Good evening. Oh, wow, gnomes are really short. They looked a little bigger back when I've met them before.
Good evening, ladies and germs. A funny thing happened on the way to Mordavia. I got here. I walked up to the innkeeper here and says to the guy, "You know how lucky you are to have such a funny guy as myself staying here?" The innkeeper says, "No, but if you hum a few bars, I can fake it."
Ugh.
You may as well laugh now. This act doesn't get any funnier. I sit down here for a meal and order some soup. When the waiter brings it in, I says, "Waiter, there's a fly in my soup." The waiter says, "Of course. That's the soup du jour." Am I going deaf in here? Or how can so many people sleep with all these lights on? Seriously, folks, I went to the doctor just the other day and he said he had some good news and some bad news. What's the good news, I asked. "You only have 3 months to live," said the doc. "That's terrible. What's the bad news?" I said. The doc replied, "I'm getting married." I know I had an audience when I came in here. Anyhow, show me a guy with 1,000,000 kopecks, and I'll show you a guy who's rich. Hey, you only had to listen to this material. I'm the one who had to stand here and take it. Anyway, thank you. You've been a swell bunch of seats.
Phew. The gnome has stopped speaking. Maybe he's finished telling his joke. You think about applauding, but you're not quite sure if you've heard the punchline yet.
What did you think of my performance? Was I hilarious or what?
No.
Is this an inn or a cemetery? I've had livelier times at funerals. Some help you were. Couldn't you at least have smiled a little louder? It's nights like these that make me feel like an inept idiot and a lousy laughingstock. I'd make more money digging graves. But what? And get out of show business?
Well, at least he has a passion for what he does. Hello, gnome. I didn't get your name. My name's Galvin. I'm an adventurer here in Mordavia.
Pleased to meet you. I could tell by your outfit that you were no ordinary rube. Punny Bones, the name. Joke's a fair game. I'm a pro punster.
Oh, nice to meet you, Punny Bones. So, where do you hail from?
Be they ever so humble, there's nobody stays home. I've been on the road so long, I have flat tires on my feet. I go wherever I can tell a good joke, and many places where I can't.
Ah, I like that expression. So you still got some humor to you. How have you been? What brings you here, by the way? Why did you come to Mordavia of all places? I guess you haven't performed here before?
I'm staying at this inn for a while until I find something here. I got the last store down the hall. Visit me sometime. I'm sure we can have a few laughs together.
Oh, thank you, Punny Bones. I'll do that maybe tomorrow afternoon. How's business been?
Hey, my last tour was a great success. I outran everyone. But there's no business like show business. With me, the show must go on and on and on.
Okay. I guess you're doing this because you really like it, though. Do you have any new material, though? Because most of those were pretty awful.
I got millions of them. Problem is, I can't remember most of them, and the ones I do remember should have been buried long ago. I used to be worth my wit in gold, but, oh, it's a long story. Ask me about it some other time.
Okay. Well, thank you, Punny Bones. Yuri, how are you doing? What'd you think of the act?
I have not listened to such nonsense in all my life.
You call this a life?
Oh my god. That was pretty insulting. I take it the gnome's Punny Bones is part of the entertainment for the inn, at least while he's staying around?
I try to keep people entertained here.
So how come you weren't up on the stage instead of me?
Wow, the gnome's one of those who heckled the crowd, I suppose, for his comedy. How about that? What do you think of his act?
He too is a stranger to Mordavia.
Hey, what am I, shredded wheat? If you're talking behind my back, at least have the courtesy to do it face to face.
Still like Fenris's response, the best from Spielberg. What am I? Am I Swiss cheese? Are you talking to me in front of my front or something like that? He said. All right, so I guess we could sit down and maybe try to get a meal, but let's talk to these guys first. How you guys doing this evening? Ivan, Hans, Franz, good to see ya.
Somebody just shoot me.
And just when I was going to invite you to my party. There's always room for one bore.
Wow.
Oh, I'll tell you, he's rough, you know? Anyone could tell better jokes than that gnome did. Where's Shaky Green when you need him?
Look, I'd argue with you, but I never engage in a battle of wits with an unarmed man.
Wow.
The guy's dying up there. I didn't get anything.
Hey, how could you? If ignorance is really bliss, you're the world's happiest guy.
Wow. Oh my god. That was brutal. Brutal. Do you know anything else about Punny Bones? As long as we're just talking about him and he's right here.
Well, you know I'm not a census taker over here, but there are no other gnomes in Mordavia.
No wonder.
Yeah, when they show up, there goes the neighborhood. We have no need for gnomes here.
You guys are so narrow-minded you could all look through a keyhole with both eyes. What gnome would want to work here? You guys have all the sense of humor of a wyvern with a hangover.
I don't know.
At the risk of waxing poetic, what need have we of fools?
Hey, you got a point. There are enough fools in here already to reach critical mass. If
Wow.
it pays to be ignorant, why are you guys so broke?
To be fair, Punny Bones, your jokes are... God. What'd you guys think of the performance?
Fellas, is it just me, or is Shecky's performance here lacking a certain sense of humor?
Are you kidding? He was rough. Get a day job.
You're right, and he wasn't very funny either.
What do you mean I wasn't funny? You guys wouldn't know a punchline if it hit you in the face.
Now, to be fair, Punny Bones, I do kind of agree with them. Alright, you all have a good evening.
Leaving so soon? Good night, and thanks for all the fish.
That's a quote from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, if I recall. Alright, well, it was an oh, wait. Can we get some dinner before I go? I'm paying for it, so you better believe I'm gonna sit down and get my dinner. There is no dinner tonight, I guess. Well, we'll try one more time. Let's see. Better believe it. It's 50 cents for a freaking ration. It's 15 cents per day to get a breakfast and dinner here. Okay. So the gnome is an entertainment for tonight. Guess we're supposed to live off his humor. Alright, so let's go to bed, I suppose. And maybe we'll call the session. We'll be playing for like 40 minutes, I think. Or just about that long.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
Okay, so we've met Punny Bones. We were told about him a few days ago as well, I believe. So, good to know he's here, and he's here looking for something. He didn't feel confident enough talking to us about it before. So, in front of everybody. So we'll visit him tomorrow afternoon, I think, and see what's up with him.
After some rest, you feel better.
We probably should improve our magic if we're not going out again. How's our stats? 50 mana? Yeah, we should. Let's quickly cast this a few times.
You can't... You can't...
Yep, so that is improving a spell like Protection. Some spells let you do that, where you don't need to watch the animation or anything of the sort. You just immediately double-click, and that's it. Very easy. I love those spells. Unfortunately, there aren't too many of them that you get to do that with. We can actually cast it one more time.
You can't...
What does that bring our magic to? 154. Awesome. Okay, let's get some sleep now. Then let's see what happens. Bedtime? Bedtime.
In your sleep, you seem to hear voices.
Do you see him?
Yes, he is sleeping. Most likely in the inn, although it is hard to focus the vision enough to tell.
I do not understand why you did not just capture him in the first place. The charades you play are foolish.
Silence! To serve us, it will be for the best if he acts under his own free will. Why make an enemy out of a willing tool? Oh, but I forget. He is already your enemy.
This is not someone to play games with, I say. If he finds out what is going on, he will never cooperate. Besides, you risk his death. Mordavia is a very dangerous place.
I think he is quite capable of taking care of himself. Besides, I have ways of making him cooperate. as you well know. I will use them only if I must.
The voices fade off into oblivion. You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
And our protection spell has worn off. Interesting. Whoever was talking to about us must have summoned us here, I suppose. Oh, here's our stats so far. We're looking pretty good. So let's save the game, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one. Unless when I go look at this really quick and I'm noticing it's only like 20 minutes, in which case, well, we'll fit another 20 minutes in.